Hey folks, it's King from Stay Tuned Sports, and I gotta tell you, I love energy drinks. They help give me that boost that I need to finish all my work, get through game film recaps from all of Sunday's games, and they provide that pick-me-up during a very long week. What I don't love is that crash and the jitters, the gross feeling you get with most other energy drinks. And that's why I tried Dubby, and I gotta tell you, Dubby is a game changer with flavors like Dragonade, Beach and Peach, Galaxy Grenade, and my personal favorite, the Dub Sludge. You can find your favorite or just get them all. There's no jitters, there's no crash because there's no sugar in Dubby. Plus, Dubby contains Neurofactor, an all-natural ingredient derived from coffee cherries, which has been linked to enhanced brain function. You go on over to dubby.gg right now. That's dubby.gg to grab the best energy drink you've ever had. And if you enter the code STSports18 in all caps, you'll get 10% off your order. That's STSports18 to get 10% off of Dubby. Be better.
And hello there, all you stay tuners. Hey, listen, it might be the Eagles. I hate the Eagles. Don't get me wrong here. First quarter, keep it even. Second quarter, start running the fucking ball. Third quarter, take a power nap. Fourth quarter, oh shit, there's the rest of the game. Let's go.
Fuck it, I'm a diabetic. I will root for the team that will literally give me diabetes and death. Rooting for a team from Hershey is like a Catholic rooting for Satan. It doesn't make any sense.
This is Stay Tuned Sports, and it starts in 3, 2, 1.
And hello there, all you Stay Tuners. Welcome back to another episode of Stay Tuned Sports. It's your good friend Jimbo here, back alone. Our good buddy King's a little under the weather, so wishing him a speedy recovery. Hopefully he'll be back next week for our post NFL draft reactions. Even though he's not that big into the whole draft. Draft picks, as he's said on the show multiple times. Quiet the past few weeks. Not so much this week. A lot of pre-draft rumors floating around. And finally, officially, Aaron Rodgers has been traded to the New York Jets. And it's official. They had the press conference, I believe today, Wednesday. So that's the day we normally record on. As far as the what was traded and stuff like that, I mean, I was talking to King, so not to kind of spoil some of his feelings about the trade. He thinks the Jets got the better end of the deal here. They still get the first round draft pick for this year. So they're not losing any first rounders for this year. So they get a first round draft pick back. Let me see. Pull this up. But Green Bay gets about 3 or 4 different picks. And the thing with Green Bay too, so the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, pick number 15 of this year, and a 5th round this year. Packers get number 13, a 2nd round pick this year, and a 6th round pick this year, and a conditional 2nd round pick next year, but becomes a first if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays, which, if you look at Rodgers' injury history, he should be able to pass that, and Green Bay will get a first-round draft pick for next year too. But just looking at that, the Jets still, probably can't get any of the top tier quarterbacks. So maybe they're hoping that Aaron Rodgers could kind of mentor in a way Zach Wilson before they finally give up on him. And with Green Bay, they're probably sitting a little bit better than what the Jets are for the future. They have Jordan Love, who obviously, if they weren't confident with him, would never have traded Aaron Rodgers. And we've seen Jordan Love this past year with his playing time actually played fairly well. Now with the number 15 pick, it's a good draft with wide receivers, running backs, which I mean Green Bay really don't need running backs because they already have two of the top tier ones. But then also, say Jordan Love doesn't work out this year, you got 2 first-round draft picks for next year for any of the quarterbacks that might be coming out. So, but with the Jets, they're more built now to win now. And the one graphic I saw was Aaron Rodgers woke up on Tuesday as the 3rd best quarterback in the AFC East, and they had Josh Allen and Tua above Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I hope it was a joke. Josh Allen maybe could be close to Aaron Rodgers, but the difference between those two is Aaron Rodgers could win in the playoffs and win championships, whereas Josh Allen has shown in the past couple of years that he's having a hard time getting over that hump. But I mean, I know I've said a couple times on the show that I really didn't think this was going to go through. There was rumors over the weekend that the Packers and the Jets even haven't talked for weeks. So I wonder if one of the teams came to the other team and said, "Listen, we got to get this done before Thursday for the NFL draft, so we can figure out what we're going to do for the draft." And I really think that if the Jets didn't trade for Aaron Rodgers, they would have tried to did something to get up in that top 3-4 spot to get one of those top 3 quarterbacks. Which I'm saying right now on the show, I think CJ Stroud is going to be a complete bust. He already just attitude-wise seems me. It came out that he scored low on some of the tests during the combines, and then he just comes out and says, "I'm not a test maker. I'm a football player." I understand you want to kind of like come up with quotes and stuff, but maybe if you can't take a good test, reading defenses, how are you going to do it in real time out on the field? So I'm curious to see where he goes and if he'll become anything. I don't think he's gonna be. He may just be a career backup if he's lucky. Green Bay, now with Jordan Love, obviously it's a little bit of a dip in talent, going from Aaron Rodgers back down to Jordan Love. But with the number 15, do you get a receiver? And I mean, I could see Green Bay doing that because Aaron Rodgers for how many years now has been asking for weapons, asking for wide receivers. They traded away one of the best wide receivers last year in Devontae Adams and don't replace him. So now you got to put some pieces around Jordan Love that maybe Aaron Rodgers was able to mask a little bit over the past couple of years. But the draft wise, I'm always excited for the draft. I always take the next day off. I always take that Friday off. After the first round, I watched. Obviously, I always watch the first round. I watched the second night, and sometimes I'll watch the third day on Saturday to just see what other kind of surprises that may come about. The one rumor that started to come out, I believe Monday, was Derrick Henry to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, on one side of it, if Howie Roseman is able to pull that off, not take so much of that salary because he's on his last year of the contract with Tennessee. If you're giving up a first round draft pick, you better have some type of either compensation that if he leaves via free agency, that we get a first round draft pick back, or at least a second round pick back, or how he says to Derrick Henry, let's bang out a contract extension. Can you imagine Derrick Henry behind one of, if not the best offensive lines, rushing offensive lines out there? And then you mix in a little bit of Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell. That would be insane with the rushing team. And then, add in Jalen Hurts. That offense would be nasty. Now, I don't think it would be worth trading for Derrick Henry. As long as we don't overpay for him. Definitely do not give up a first round draft pick for him. I wouldn't even give up a second round pick for him. Maybe a third round because, like I said, he's on his last year of his contract. And Robinson from Texas may be there at 10. I would much rather take a younger running back on a most likely a lot smaller contract than what Derrick Henry will be asking for. And from all the football writers are saying Robinson is a game changer. And I've seen him over the college year, a lot of the highlights, obviously. Again, mixing him in with Gainwell, with Boston Scott, the kid from Seattle that we picked up off this offseason. I mean, I can't see us going 4 running backs on game day, but I would rather go for him than trade for Derrick Henry. And I think this offense would be a lot more scarier than last year. I know Quiz Watkins is getting a lot of shit because of a disappointing year this past year. He kind of made his little comment that he's going to make everybody eat their words right after we signed that wide receiver from the Falcons. I am not going to try to pronounce his name because I'm terrible at that. But that signing there only strikes me as like a Zach Pascal signing that we did last year. I don't think it's oh my God, he's a number 1 wide receiver type signing. He's definitely a 4th. Maybe we'll push Quiz for the 3rd spot. I mean, his numbers were nice, so he'll definitely help out the offense. But I'm not ready to give up on Quiz Watkins yet. And obviously, the more weapons we add to this offense, the better it makes everybody. And maybe even opens up Quiz a little bit more. And then there were some Eagles fans that want us to draft Jalen Carter from Georgia. I just have too many worries with him. He already had the off the field incident with the crash. Then it came out that supposedly while Jordan Davis was on campus, he was able to keep Carter in check, which, again, you're coming to the NFL. I understand you're still young. You're still 20, 21 years old. But that maturity's got to be there. And I just don't think this kid's going to be mature enough to handle the spotlight on any team. If he came to Philly, obviously the spotlight wouldn't be so much because you got Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, you got veteran players around him to kind of let him ease into the league. But if he goes to another team that doesn't have those big playmakers and he may be forced to be the guy, that's stress. I mean, we've seen what stress does to some of these top picks. It just does not work out. What I would like to see in the draft, obviously, like I said, I would like to see Robinson get drafted with our first pick. I think it's time for the Eagles to start looking for Lane Johnson's heir apparent. He's been in the league now 10 years, I think. As an offensive lineman, that is a long time. Injuries are starting to pile up. He's been hurt, I think, every year the past 3 years. Find his replacement. Let him mentor him, because, Lane loves the Eagles, and I can't see why he would say, no, I'm not going to be a mentor. Either let me play or trade me. I'm not going to help you find my replacement. Maybe a guard, because once Kelsey retires, Jurgensen's going to take over that spot. So we're going to have to find a replacement for the guard. And hopefully Jeff Stoutland sticks around so he can help train these young guys. Then defensively, cornerback, just like the past couple of years. Safety. Hopefully we can find a good safety. Kayvon Wallace, I really thought he was going to be something for us, but just really hasn't played up to that potential for us. So those are the key positions that I'm hoping the Eagles attack. And no specific order other than Robinson, the number 1 pick, right tackle, or a tackle with the 2nd pick, and then, whatever else. Had to bust a little bit on our buddy King about the Devils. Now, I watched the Devils last, I think it was the first night. Really haven't watched any hockey the past, I would say, week. Just because I've been busy. Yesterday was my birthday. And then this past weekend, we actually went up to New York to see family up there. So really haven't been able to watch any. So I was busting on about the hashtag Fire Rough, because he tagged me in it like Monday or Tuesday. And busted on a little bit last night about it. And he said, no, backing off that now. So I guess they either tied up the series or made a closer series than what that first game looked like. Trying to think some other stuff that happened this past week that we could talk about. I know BKFC's this week. I'm actually kind of excited for that one for once. You got Mike Perry fighting Eddie Alvarez versus Chad Mendez. So that should be a good fight. So I'm definitely gonna be tuning into that Tuesday or Saturday night. I don't know why I said Tuesday. But when the second round of the NHL playoffs start, I'm gonna do picks that will be presented by W Energy Drink. Make sure you guys head over to w.gg and use the promo code STSports18 to get 10% off of your purchase. I actually just got the Monkey Madness, which is like a hydration one, and it's actually pretty good. It tastes like bubblegum. But with the summer months coming up, that's going to be my go-to drink during the summer heat. I may live tweet Thursday during the NFL draft, as long as my fingers aren't dirty. I got some wings planned to smoke for myself. And if you're looking as far as iRacing goes, we're off this Friday, but I may put up a recruitment race. So if you guys have iRacing, head over there, look for NSRA recruitment race. So come out, hang out with us there, and give you all the information to join the league. So I think that's actually just gonna kind of be it. Just wanted to touch on a couple of topics before the draft tomorrow night, or tonight if you're listening on Thursday. Make sure you head over to Twitter. ST Sports is our handle, so that way if I'm live tweeting, you could interact with me. So till next week, this is your good friend Jimbo, signing out.